Thank you. If you guys don't have any, oh, you have a question?
I just wanted to say I appreciate all of you wonderful ladies, and kind of came in at the tail end, but I appreciate your stories on your working 9 to 5 and your oil, and then of course Staci. I wanted to say I don't see it as a coming out. I really see it as you are already there. This is you. This is who you are. You've done it before. You are there. So I appreciate that and commend that. And I have a question for the audience, well actually for myself. So what would be your your takeaways for someone who has an idea of something they want to do and maybe they've hesitated for many years? What were some of the things you have overcome, and then what would be like the takeaway?
For me, I'm a risk taker. I'm open, and like I said, I don't know if you caught the part where I envision in my mind there's a ledge, and everybody that I know is standing at the ledge, and other people have parachutes and they jump, and I'm standing at the ledge. Now I can either choose to jump, which as a risk taker, I'll choose to jump. If my parachute doesn't open, at least I tried. And I'll just climb back up the mountain, and I'll go back to the edge, and I'll try it again and try to open my parachute again. So you can't be scared. If there's something you want to do, start it. When I got started with my oil, I didn't have a website. And people that have made it or whatever, I would meet people and they would say, well, do you have a website? I don't have anything. I sit in my kitchen, Indian style on my floor, and I make this oil. You know what I mean? I didn't even have labels when I started off. They were just in a bottle, literally with all the ingredients, because my presentation on my bottles are so important to me. I didn't even have labeling. I didn't have business cards. I was, writing on index cards. This is how you use it. Here, take it. You know what I mean? And as time went on, it got a little better. Now I have a website. I sell on Etsy. You know what I mean? I have literature. I have, when I go places, people know me. They're like, you're the oil lady. They may not know my name, but they know that I make oil. You know what I mean? So just not being scared, and if you don't have all the tools, you're going to make mistakes. We're human. Where mistakes are what make us so perfect. So just do it. Just do. Start tonight. Just do it. Just do it.
For me, I was tired of going to sleep unfulfilled. I started saying I didn't even earn the right to go to sleep today. I went to work. I may have took care of the kids, but I didn't do anything for myself. So I would feel like I didn't do enough, but I kept putting things back for years and years and years. Tanaya is one of my friends. We've been friends for a long time now. And me and her and another friend, we would talk on the phone. Our standing call was every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And we would talk about the things that we wanted to do. And we would encourage each other to do it, right? So I had conversations with him. I would say, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. I want to write a book. Because I will write the book.
The book's great.
So that was what it was for me. Like, I was tired of feeling unfulfilled. I was tired of letting myself down. I was tired of looking at photos of me growing up and me this age and that age, and I didn't take the opportunity to do anything. Does that mean I wasted those years? No, because what happened, those were the combinations to my save that I was developing over time that helped me tap into what I wanted to do. So when I was young like that, it probably wasn't time for me to do that. I had other things that I wanted to do, and I had other distractions, and it wasn't my time yet because I hadn't developed the language that I'm talking to you guys about now. I hadn't developed that skill set. I knew I had it, but I hadn't developed the ability to say, no more fear. There was a girl in middle school, and when the way I hear my voice, I guess for many of you guys, when we hear ourselves on a recording, it's like, that's how I sound? And so I don't hear myself the way you guys hear me unless I listen to our podcast or whatever, and I'm so like, oh my God, people listen, like, we got plays on my voice. And but when I was in middle school, this girl, everybody's at the table, it's like lunchtime, and I came and I'm talking, and she goes, just be quiet, like your voice is so annoying, like why do you even talk? Just don't ever talk again, I don't want to hear your voice. Oh, wow. And I was, I was too young to think of those little 4 letters 5 letters. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to say that back then. I was like, I couldn't believe she said it, but it quieted my voice. I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't try to be friends with people. I felt embarrassed. Like, she told me to never talk again. And she was a cool kid. This is the cool table. I want to be with the cool kids. And then she's like, why are you talking? I saw her a couple weeks ago.
Did you use that 5
Did you
letter
talk
word?
her head off?
I walked right past her like, you know what? I don't even owe you
Right.
anything. I should have been like, hello! And started talking in Spanish and all that stuff. Blah, 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 blah. But I didn't. But I saw her, and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't even matter.
Right.
It doesn't even matter. But I did. I silenced my voice, and I thought I wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? Until people started saying, you are good enough, and they would say, oh, girl, this and that, and I'm like, wait, like they would see something in me that I didn't see. So like how I saw something in you that I'm sure you saw, but you weren't ready to like to execute. So that's what it was for me. So what was it for you, and what was it?
Well, what is it? Well, now it's happening to me now. It's happening for me now. And when I say that, ever since I resigned in October, I've had a lot of alone time and a lot of one-on-one time trying to meet the little girl Staci inside. A lot of self-reflection, and it has been tough. She is a hot mess. We have had like some serious battles, and with that being said, it's like I know stuff. I can tell you what designer that is. I can tell you, but I didn't know myself. I didn't know myself. So getting to know her and falling in love with her has been one of the greatest gifts. And now I can honestly say, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And my biggest cheerleader is my husband. And at 2018, the end of 2018, he lost both his parents. So my cheerleader was silenced. He was silenced. And it was like, okay, Stace, you have to support him, but also pull up what you know you have inside. And it has been so powerful. Even though, you know, the pain and the grieving of death, a new life is coming forward. And it's time. And it's time. And his voice is back. He's on me about doing it. That Leo. I don't know. Any Leos in here? Y'all get on my nerves. Don't mention anything because there's a plan to execute 5 minutes later. But I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for my children because I'm always pushing them. But now it's time for mommy to show you what she was born to do.
I want to speak on 2 things. When you mentioned, reminds me of a meme that I just recently shared that came to me, and it said, you know, be mindful when your spirit stirs up someone else's.
Demon.
And
That's it.
it's like she saw your light and couldn't process it because she's in that cool crowd, and it's like, wait a second, you need to settle that down because that's affecting, you know, as opposed to saying, you know, as opposed to getting into your light and embracing you, that it was like, and it's, we have to be so mindful of how powerful that is, that one thing. And she probably, if you mentioned it to her, she'd probably say, I don't know what you're talking about, and mean it genuinely. Something that she wasn't even thinking twice about becomes your anvil, that you're like, it's albatross and shark. Totally shut my mouth. She's not thinking twice about that. And we're so, you know, vulnerable to that power of word. You know, and she didn't use her word to uplift or even to in any way that was beneficial to you. It was to literally shut you down, and it worked for a while. What you're mentioning is, what I find interesting is that there's no lost time, and to recognize that you've been simmering. You know, it's almost ready. You know, and now you're ready because you're here, and other things are coming to you. Because you could have come and left and not even mentioned it. But you're like, you know what? I want to ask you about something that I've been sitting on, and now it's rising to the surface, and you're being held accountable by the village to follow through on your vision. You know what I mean? And with the tools to do so, to dust off that idea and pick it up. Wait a second, this might be time for this. So that's really exciting. What a blessing of virtue.
Absolutely.
For me, some of the stuff that's going on with me, but one of the my mom was so precious to me, and she was stricken with major bipolar disorder, and so I've been caregiver for a lot of my life. I've been the adult for a lot of my life, like that. So I've had to overcome that and to do my thing find my smile despite it, you know. So, and it's interesting the craft that I'm in. That's one of the things my mom did. She actually showcased for Mitzi back in the day, and that's showcasing for the Comedy Store. And I remember her getting ready, and it was circa, it had to be 1982, because she was doing a bit about Miss America, about Vanessa Williams winning Miss America. She made a sash, and she, and talking about, you know, how the world was like outdone, and just, you know. But that was something, you know, and then later I went through that path and became a regular concert. So it's just a lot of stuff that's coming full circle. She passed away 2 years ago, and it was just that journey of caregiving through that. So I'm in it. You know what I mean? I'm not on the other side. I'm coming through it, and I'm always the one who's encouraged other people. And it's such a blessing to be around the family and the village, the sisters, when they've got their wisdom to share, you know, and they're timely word that you're like, oh my God, I needed